Video 7 covered the calibration walkthrough on a fake bookmaker. 16 steps: login, navigate, tracking, execution, confirmation, bank. This video covers what comes after. Real Chrome mode for sites that block bots. Healing broken selectors, adding bet types beyond moneyline. Hot reloading edits without restarting. Open the venue panel by clicking its building in the arena. We already have an elaborate venue calibrated, so let's open it instead of creating a fresh one. The panel opens on the Status tab. Most of what we want today lives on Settings and on the Calibrate page, so let's hop over to Settings first. Click Settings. First feature, Browser Mode. Some sportsbooks use aggressive anti-bot systems that detect even stealth browsers. Cloudflare Turnstile, Datadome, the works. Claw Arbs ships with a fix for this. By default, every custom venue uses Stealth Browser. It is fast to start, works for most sites, and stays invisible to basic detection. The trade-off is the bookmakers that fight hard against automation, where stealth eventually gets caught. Click Real Chrome to switch modes. Real Chrome, also called CDP for Chrome DevTools Protocol. Instead of launching a fresh stealth Chromium, Claw Arbs connects to your Real Chrome. Same cookies, same extensions, same fingerprint. Each venue gets its OWN isolated Chrome window. Your Elaborate session and your bwin session live in separate Chrome instances with separate cookies, separate user data directories. They do not interfere with your everyday browsing. One Windows caveat. Connecting to Chrome looks similar to credential stealer malware to Defender's behavioral heuristics, so the very first time Real Chrome runs you may see a flag on Claw Arbs. EXE. False positive. Allow it once in protection history, and you are good for every venue after. Right below the mode buttons, the skip login toggle. If your Chrome session is already signed into the bookmaker, tick this. The wizard skips the login section and jumps straight to target pages. Saved per venue. Tick once for Elaborate, and it stays ticked across restarts. Defaults to OFF, so a forgotten or login session never silently skips capturing your login selectors. And the blue Launch Chrome button. One click spawns the dedicated Chrome window for this venue. You click it once per venue and leave it running while you calibrate. Open Calibration. The Calibrate tab. The bet type calibration block is at the top, the section accordion is below it. Let's tour the bet types first, since that is the part most users miss after the basic walkthrough. The main calibration walkthrough captures one market, usually moneyline. Bet type calibration is where you teach Claw Arbs about every other market the bookmaker offers. 9 market types: moneyline 2-way for tennis, moneyline 3-way for soccer, home, draw, away, over-under totals, both teams to score, handicap, Asian handicap with quarter lines, draw no bet, and basketball spread. Each bet type has its own row. We already have soccer moneyline 3-way, the 1x2 market, calibrated and enabled. Sport tag in blue, market type tag in purple, calibrated badge in green next to it, and over slash under totals. Same row layout, same calibration status. 2 markets calibrated on this venue, ready to scrape. Each row also has edit and delete buttons next to calibrate. Edit lets you rename the entry, change its sport, change the navigation URL, toggle it on and off. Delete removes it without affecting your other markets or your main calibration. Plus the green Add Market Type button. Click it, the picker opens, you pick a sport, then a market type, and the wizard pre-configures the entry for you. Here is the killer feature. Each entry has its OWN orange Calibrate button. Click it, and the wizard runs only for that market type. Just navigation and price selectors, login and bank skipped. Without this, adding a new market means we're running login, tracking, execution, confirmation, bank. 30 minutes per market. With per bet type calibration, closer to 5. Same login session, same execution flow, just point at the new prices. And the amber market swap warning. Bookmakers sometimes shuffle market columns mid-match, showing 5th goal odds where the 1x2 column normally is. So calibrate on per match when you can, and verify column headers if you have to calibrate live. Below the bet types, the section accordion. Login, target pages, match tracking, bet execution, bet confirmation, bank. Each header shows its completion count, and you click it to expand and see the steps inside. Click Match Tracking to expand the section. Match Tracking expands. Each step shows its name on top, the captured CSS selector underneath in faded monospace gray, and a status icon on the left, green check for captured, gray dot for empty. On the right edge of every captured row, a small X button clears just that one step's captured selector without removing the step from the flow. Recapture one step without restarting the wizard, and you can click directly on the gray selector text to edit it inline. Type a new CSS selector, hit enter, done. Faster than recapturing through the wizard when you know exactly what you want. When you save an edited selector, the running scraper hot reloads it on the fly. No need to toggle the venue off and on. The next scrape cycle picks up the change. Now the safety nets. Bookmaker sites change their CSS. A class updates, a div nests deeper, your match row selector starts catching too few rows or 0. Calibration goes silently wrong. Heal selectors fixes this. It scans the live DOM for elements that look like match rows but are not caught by your current selector. Then it suggests the most common class as a new match row, broad enough to catch all of them. It also catches Vue and React virtual scrollers. Where rows have generated class names, the wizard sometimes captures too narrowly. Heal selectors suggests a broader structural class instead. It runs automatically on the third scrape cycle after you save. Most of the time, you do not even notice it ran. To trigger it manually, hit the heal endpoint from the API. If healing succeeds, your match row selector is replaced with the broader version, and the next cycle catches every row instead of every other row. If healing fails, you see exactly which selectors were missed, and you can fix them by hand using the per-step edit we just covered. 2 more guards baked into the wizard. First, auto-broaden. When you click an odds element on a 1x2 row, the captured selector might end with :nth-of-type n. That pins your capture to 1 column out of 3. The wizard detects this. It strips the nth-of-type, verifies the broader selector returns multiple prices per row, then promotes it. Green auto-promoted message, 3 columns of odds scraping correctly. Second, bare tag rejection. The wizard refuses selectors that are just a tag name like div or span. Those would match thousands of elements at scrape time. Instead, you get a hint to click somewhere more specific, like a league header or row wrapper. Next, the smoke test. Try get data. After tracking is calibrated, it fires automatically. Runs your selectors against the live page and reports how many matches it found with team names and prices. If it finds 0, a troubleshooting checklist appears below. Are you on the right page? Did you click an actual match? Toggle Show Browser to see what the scraper sees. Catches most broken calibrations the moment they happen, and you can run it manually at any time, even after calibration is fully saved. Quick smoke test before flipping the venue on for real trading, or whenever the bookmaker site changes and you suspect drift. When matches do come back, the panel shows a few sample rows so you can sanity check team names and prices at a glance. If the prices look wrong, that is the moment to use Update Selector or Heal. If they look right, you are ready to enable the venue. One thing you do not calibrate: score and minute. Used to be calibration steps, but users kept getting them wrong since scoreboards live in different places on different sites. Now the scraper auto-detects them by scanning elements near each team's name. Combined patterns like 1-0, split digit pairs in separate spans, minute patterns like 45 with an apostrophe. If the bookmaker changes their score layout tomorrow, calibration keeps working. All these features share one design rule: repair tools live next to the broken thing. Site changes, broken selectors, missing bet types, anti-bot systems, none of them require restarting calibration. Edit one selector, heal one section, add one bet type, hot reload, move on. The day-to-day workflow stops being a fragile one-shot wizard and becomes a steady maintenance loop. Check the live tab once a week, fix the one thing that drifted, keep trading. And this is what separates a working calibration from a brittle one. Anyone can capture selectors once. The win is staying calibrated for months while the bookmaker quietly redesigns their site 3 times. That is what the toolbox is for. That is the calibration toolbox. browser mode for sites that fight back, heal and per step edits for sites that quietly change, bet types for markets beyond moneyline, try get data as your smoke test. All in one panel, all hot reloading. Next up, we leave the venue side and walk into the strategy agent. Filters, edge thresholds, sniper configs. Your first deep dive on how an agent decides what to bet.